Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What's up, fam? Welcome to the Weekly Roundup. I'm your host, Jake Friel, Kyle Meager, Ralph Delvecchio on the ones and twos. Pete Evans is stuck in traffic at the moment, so he'll be joining us shortly. We are brought to you by Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy. Got a jam-packed show for you guys today.
The doc.
The doc. Be talking about the Antonio Brown situation, breaking that whole thing down. Obviously, talking about the heartbreaking loss against the Falcons. There he is.
There he is.
There he is. Right at the beginning of the show.
Right at the beginning. Gotta love it.
We'll be talking about we're giving our preview for the Eagles-Lions game as well, giving our Week 3 predictions. First things first, boys.
The man, the myth, the legend
Pete
has just
Evans
arrived.
Just arrived.
Peter
in the studio.
Evans.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Good. And he's got it. Here we go.
Stuck the landing.
Let's go. All right.
What's up?
What is up, Peter? How you doing?
How we doing?
Welcome to the Weekly Roundup. Oh, yes, it is. Especially around good old Mount Ephraim.
Oh, dude. Coming south from here, I swear, bottlenecks are the worst design creations in man's history.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
No, obviously, leading up to the Antonio Brown situation, which leads up to our poll question. Antonio Brown's NFL career is over. Agree or disagree?
Disagree. You know what I think's going to happen? I think he's going to get acquitted of all this. He hasn't gotten charged yet. He's just getting accused.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to find that he didn't do it, and a team that needs a wide receiver if they're stuck with a problem at the wide receiver position, I think they're going to bring him aboard. So I think a team like the Philadelphia Eagles down the road, if they need a wide receiver, they could use him if he gets acquitted.
You had to throw
There you go.
us in there, didn't you?
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
Hey, that's your opinion.
We're suitors.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we're suitors. And guess what? He would make our team that much better. So you know what? If everything that's going on that he's getting accused of is found out to be false,
Right.
I'd take a shot at him. I would. Not going to lie.
You want to go or you want me to go?
Well, I mean, I agree to – I wouldn't – see, it's so black and white when you say agree and disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's bad. It's a bad look on the league that the only punishment he's received is come down from a club level.
Right.
Nothing league-wide has come down, which means, hey, I'm still eligible to play, but teams just don't want to take a chance. But to speak on what Kyle said, I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles, if there's a team with the needed wide receiver, then yes, the perception is not looking good. I mean, we heard about the voicemail threats.
Yeah. And he just sent a text coming at the other girl, I think, a couple days ago.
The second victim. Mm-hmm. Now, from what I heard, he was offered $2 million. It was offered to him to pay $2 million, and she would have went away.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, what they always say, we've seen it in every movie, every TV. We've seen it in Breaking Bad, just seen it in Snowfall. I don't know if you guys watch Snowfall or not. But pay him off.
Mm-hmm.
pay him off, make him go away, you won't have this problem.
Yeah, but it's $2 million. That's the problem. And if he truly feels like he didn't do it, then why pay off the $2 million? That's why I'm thinking in the back of my mind, maybe he didn't do it.
Right.
Maybe he's trying to have everything play out, but right now it's bad timing because if the Pats don't want you, nobody wants.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. I'm like, why now? Like, how did she come forward when all the crazy stuff was going on in Oakland?
Right.
Yeah.
Waiting for him to get signed by the Patriots, and the second victim comes forward. Her story sounds sketchy as I don't know what. Anyway,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not trying to judge. Listen to my personal views and not reflect the views of A2D Radio and the whole as a company. That's just my views. Right. I wouldn't go back 3 separate times to get hurt on 3 separate occasions to be put in that awkward situation. But with that being said, this is the NFL. As long as Tyreek Hill still has a job, Antonio Brown still has a chance.
Kareem Hunt has a job too.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt has a job.
Ben Roethlisberger has a job.
You see what I'm saying? So this is the league of let's sweep that shit under the rug. You can catch a ball, you can throw a ball, you can run fast.
You just can't smoke weed.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Josh Gordon.
Oh yeah, unless you're Josh Gordon.
Yep.
He's been reinstated like 6 times now. But my thing with the poll question, and like Pete said, it's really tough because it's so black and white.
Yeah.
I agree to a point, but I also disagree at a point because it's just so tough. Obviously, it's damning accusations coming out from 3 separate people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think for me, as far as I see it, the talent that he has, I think he's always going to be in consideration for a job at the end of the day. But at the same time, now if he ends up being charged and these are actually proven and that whole thing, then I think his career's over. But I think if he's acquitted of everything, then I think he's still coming back in the league. Now I think we saw on, it was Thursday night, there was the announcement from Nike that they cut ties with Antonio Brown.
That's when you knew it was a wrap.
Well, that was my big thing for me.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I'm like, if Nike is cutting ties with you, they have to know something.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind. And then yesterday we heard about the news with the Patriots. So, and if Bill Belichick and the Patriots can't fix it,
well, it was funny because on Twitter before it all went down, they were asking Bill Belichick all the Antonio Brown questions. I was like, these reporters are going to get AB fired because Bill Belichick does not like distractions like this, especially at a press conference where he walks out 3 minutes after it started. You never see Bill do that. You never do. And he's like, you know what? I'm just sick of this. We don't need him. And that's probably what drew the line, honestly.
Oh, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Now, his $9 million guarantee, I guess, Oakland kind of got out of it because it was conduct detrimental to the team.
Yeah.
This wasn't a team
No,
issue.
they just got rid of him.
So I guess ultimately for 1 week's worth of work, he made
$9
$9
million.
million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't
Well,
I can't fault you for that.
Well, September 23rd is where they were supposed to pay him $5 million of that, and then $4 million of that they would have paid him in January. So when it comes to the $5 million, maybe they don't have to pay him because they said if it went up to the 23rd on that date, they would have to pay him. I don't think they have to pay him, honestly. But I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know all the stipulations.
Right.
But to my judgment, I don't think.
Now,
they
what
have
do you
to pay
think?
him.
So if you're the NFLPA right now,
Right.
and you're supposed to represent this guy as a union, and you see everything that's going on out there, it's in the public. Do you fight for him?
Well, this is what the NFLPA does. All right, they know he's fucked. They know he's completely. they know he's completely guilty. But they're like,
Right.
listen, we know you're fucked behind the scenes, but on TV you're gonna be like, he's such a nice guy. Let's let it play out. We're gonna see what happens. Then they're just gonna try to help him and then see what they could do to try to make time worthy to where he can get paid. And if he is guilty, they'll be like, well, we try to help you, but when push comes to shove, they shoved. That's it.
And I don't know how to say this. I don't feel you made your bet, now you lying it. But on the surface, it sucks for him because he left Pittsburgh, and now you see Pittsburgh since Le'Veon and AB left.
Oh, they're missing him.
They're horrible.
Yeah.
They're missing
Now
him.
you go to Oakland, you realize this. I don't think it was so much about Oakland couldn't succeed. You just realize in Kansas City, like, that's a fucking juggernaut. You finally get your way, get out of there, and you find yourself in the best situation you can possibly be in.
Yeah.
And then that's when the rug gets pulled from underneath you.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, with Belichick, Brady, Gordon, I mean, just in the system in itself, it's designed just for you to eat and feast.
Right.
So you can actually win a ring, and now he no longer has that. So, I mean, if he hasn't been humbled before, this
This
is a humbling moment.
Oh, I agree.
100%. Yeah. And you know what? It's crazy because they showed the odds before and after he got released on Bovado. It's plus 300 for them to win the title with AB, plus 300 for them to win the title without AB. So nothing changed at all.
They're the empire, man. I'm telling you, they're the empire. Whatever the big guy from Star Wars, the one who started it all, that big.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of his name. Emperor Palpatine.
Palpatine, yeah.
Palpatine, whatever his name is. Palpatine. That's Belichick and Kraft in them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're also going to get Gronk back. It's just a matter of time.
I have him in every fantasy league, just waiting.
Just waiting.
It's just a matter of time. Yeah.
Just waiting.
I think he's going to come back like week 12, week 14, I think, at the latest.
Yeah, before the roster cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. But, they're the evil empire. I can't fault them. They do what they do every year. They're the most perfectly ran franchise, and that's why they win every single year.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I used to think Tom Brady is a cheater. Still do. But at the end of the day, you can't
You have to respect it.
You have to respect it.
You have to respect it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to the family, I want to just go through the Antonio Brown timeline of him being before, right after he was cut by the Patriots. March 10th, the Steelers traded Antonio Brown to the Raiders. August 7th, Antonio Brown suffers extreme frostbite from the cryo chamber. August 12th, Antonio Brown returns to practice. August 18th, Raiders general manager Mike Mayock publicly called out Antonio Brown. August 20th, Brown was given a 1-year grace period for the whole helmet issue. August 25th, Antonio Brown lost his second health grievance in late August.
He didn't want to play in the preseason.
Yeah, that's all it was. September 4th, Brown settles on a helmet for the season. Let's see. September 6th, Antonio Brown returned to practice with the Raiders, and head coach John Gruden said they have a plan. August 7th, Brown asked for his release from the Raiders. September 9th, Brown signs with the New England Patriots. September 11th, he starts his first practice with the Patriots. September 15th, makes his debut with the Patriots on week 2. Let's see. And then gets September 19th, he addresses the media, and then on September 20th, obviously, Antonio Brown gets released from the Patriots.
Yep.
It's been the story of the summer.
It's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a movie.
Yeah, it's like the summer of AB.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane. Ralph, what do we have over on YouTube?
Good on YouTube. David Roscoe over here. He says AB needs to figure out his brain. Spunky 1991 says
that's a great name.
Howie Roseman isn't signing a locker room cancer like Antonio. No, he has all caps clown. And then Tyrone says, "What's up, my brothers?"
Now listen,
Tyrone?
I know Howie isn't signing anybody, and it's pissing me the fuck off. I just want to say, okay,
He's not good. Like
no, I'm not just talking about Antonio. I'm saying he isn't doing.
No. I'm talking about Howie Roseman.
Yeah,
he's not good. Like everyone tries to look around it. This guy got demoted for Chip Kelly. He's not a good GM. He's a good cap guy. He's a good nerd. Yeah. But if Joe Douglas was here doing his job, he would have gave him a wedgie and say, "Listen, bitch, we got to sign this talent right now." And he's not here anymore. So what are we gonna do? Nothing. That's all I got to say about that.
Now, obviously, leading into the whole GM conversation, do you think the Eagles end up with Jalen Ramsey?
They should,
but they won't.
But chances are they won't.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off because, for one, every week that we see, I'm all good. Pro Football Focus and all these numbers, Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett, pressures. Listen, I get that. We could have had Clowney for a third-round pick. You gave up a third-round pick last year for Golden Tate for half a season, and he caught one meaningful pass. Mind you,
it was a good catch.
It was a good catch, but it was so you didn't want to give up a third-rounder for Clowney. So now Jalen Ramsey said two. I've heard people say, "I'm not giving up 2 firsts." Like, listen, this is the same thing I said about linebackers. There's very few positions that the Eagles theoretically over history draft well and can scout well. Offensive line is one of them, and sometimes, obviously, quarterback. Running back, they hit or miss. I mean, they haven't hit in a while. I mean, i.e., what's the kid? Pumphrey.
Donnell Pumphrey, yeah.
And obviously Small was good. But so they really don't draft corners well. So if you have a chance to take 2 first-round picks that you plan on being anywhere between 25 to 32 anyway, and you can get – now you'll have 2 players on your team from the 2016 draft that were drafted in the top 5. you fucking do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it's not that hard to think about.
Yep.
No, it's not.
I don't care about, like, and I heard one person, somebody said that the NBA, we got NBA and MLB and the NFL starting to get, no, it's fucking not, because NBA, these teams, that if you're a contender, they don't give a shit about first-round picks.
Right.
They don't at all. The Patriots have shown you.
They're not valuable.
They
at
don't
all.
care about draft picks.
Patriots don't care about draft picks.
Well, their draft picks are always shit anyway.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So Brandon Cooks, when they traded for Brandon Cooks, you said, like, they don't give a shit about that. And obviously, if there's very few positions in this day and age in the NFL that you really want to invest in. The Patriots went against Stephon Gilmore for the first 4 years of his career. As soon as that bitch became a free agent, what did the Patriots do?
They went right after him.
And they paid him.
Yeah.
Dude, that shows you something, Howie. Wake the fuck up.
Stephon Gilmore's a beast.
He's a monster.
They have the best secondary in the league.
Yeah, they do.
Make it happen, because it would take so much pressure if they want a 1 and a 3 and Maddox, Jones, Douglas, or whatever.
Adios, amigos.
I'll drive them to the fucking airport.
I'd pack their bags.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'm done.
It's just it comes to a point where it's just more than annoyance.
Yes.
You know, and everyone's saying Howie helped us win a Super Bowl. All right, fine. He got us Nick Foles. I'll give him the credit for that one. All right. And that helped us win the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, like, what did he really do? Like, I mean, I'm looking at every move that he's made, and I'm like, they're good moves. But at the same time, we got really lucky that this team became one and played like a band of brothers. You know, there's not that one spectacular player that he got other than Alshon Jeffrey.
Right.
You know, so he's overrated is not the word for him. I wouldn't. That's disrespectful to the word overrated. I don't think he's a good GM.
Okay.
Like, I really don't. I think he's a cap guy, and that's it.
Well, history's shown he hasn't been able to draft well either. His draft picks haven't really been anything.
He picked Marcus Smith.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
That
Come
was
on, guys.
That
Not
was just a
even
panic
He's
move.
not even in the league anymore, I don't believe.
Yeah.
No, he retired.
He retired?
Yeah, he retired after I think
How could you retire from sucking?
after
He
like
was not good.
After like
Yeah.
4 or 5 years, he's like, "No, I'm done." And he got away with like $20-something million, but
Now, Howie has always been. You always hear the Eagles in talks like they're interested, they're interested,
Never get him.
but never pull the trigger.
Right.
And Howie's great when he has the leverage.
Who was our GM when we got Namdi?
who was our GM?
Was it?
It was
Eckert?
Howie.
Was it Howie?
Was it Howie? But I don't think he had the GM title. I think he had like
No,
president.
it couldn't have been.
President. of
What year
football.
was that?
That was
2011.
2011.
Yeah.
That was the strike shortened season.
I don't think that was Howie.
Well, obviously, Heckert was going by then.
Yeah.
Right.
Heckert was going by then.
I
Yeah.
think it was Howie, bro.
I don't think so. I don't think they gave him a title until 2013.
But like you said, you hit on Howie's strengths.
Yeah.
Cap, somewhat.
He's an accountant.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then he's really good. Okay, making this work. We said this in the offseason. Losing Joe Douglas
It's huge.
huge, and Andy Weidel probably could be, but his voice and Howie's mind doesn't carry as much
Right.
weight
Right.
as what Douglas did. I mean, Joe Douglas literally looks like he could go walk into a WWE ring.
It was the perfect marriage.
It was the
between
perfect
two of them.
marriage. You know what I mean? And you've seen, like, the Jets had a decent draft. I'm not saying our draft is bad. It takes a couple years to evaluate. But there's some other players during the draft that were on the board that I would have probably liked and see if they can contribute. But now you're at the point where you say win now. You just paid Carson. So you don't have all this flexibility. You don't have the surplus of draft picks.
Right.
And you can get talent, elite level talent, and you have the way, like Kyle said, we all agree, make the money work. He can make the money work. I'm not worried about the cap. He'll make that work and get a long-term deal done with Ramsey if he just has to nut up.
You know the big problem I have with Howie Roseman is the fact that he's relying on Carson Wentz to do everything. You know,
The whole team is.
The whole team, yeah.
He pays Carson Wentz, a guy that hasn't been healthy for 2 years now. He paid Carson Wentz his big contract. He's like, listen, we're going to give you this money, but you got to put the whole team on your back. And listen, that's exactly what he's doing. He's literally falling to the ground and throwing the ball.
Yep.
You know,
And you saw that Sunday night in the second half of the game. Carson Wentz put on a clinic compared to that first half. He played
He's
very
running for
well.
his life.
he's playing like Luck out there. Luck retired because of this bullshit.
Right.
And he's playing exactly like him.
No, that's fair.
Carson
That's
doesn't
fair.
look like he's having fun.
Right.
Like, you see his face, and it's like, wow, is this guy going to, like, leave us in a couple years? Like, is he going to retire? Like,
Yeah.
you see that in his face. It's like, he's not having fun out there. The
Yeah.
O-line's playing like shit, so Malu sucks.
Yep.
It's just everything's not working. Is Dillard going to pan out? We don't know because Peters is still wanting to play. He's 37 years old, and he'll
Right.
never quit. So,
And that's the main reason why Wiz isn't here is because Peters didn't like playing next to Wiz.
yeah.
He liked playing next to Sayamalu. And I'm looking at it like, listen, we get the Eagles are big on this. They're almost like the Flyers in a sense, where the longer you stay, the more we'll cater to you. Listen, Peters, if I look at Wiz and I look at Sayamalu, and I could, all right, listen, we won a Super Bowl
without him.
Without him, with Vitek the tackle, and now you have Dillard, who I would assume is better than Vitek.
He's at least younger.
So that whole left side, I think it would be better. And I would say, yeah, fuck it, I said better with Dillard or Vitae and Wiz over Peters and Sayamalu, because Sayamalu, the blind side, Grady Jarrett killed him all night Sunday night.
Well, there were two players I did not want back here on the Philadelphia Eagles. That was Jason Peters and Darren Sproles. Didn't want Sproles back. Wanted nothing to do with him because Doug Peterson overuses him.
Yeah, because
all
he
the time.
He feels like he has a toy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, okay, just because he's built like Mighty Mouse. Okay, well, this Mighty Mouse is like a geriatric Mighty Mouse. He's old as shit.
Yep.
Right.
And young in real life years, but in football years, he's old. You feel what I'm saying? So just because you have that toy doesn't mean you need to run it into the ground. And that's the same thing with Carson. Like, he's the Red Ferrari, and he can't. Like you said, he can't withstand that.
What do you got,
Ralph?
Ralph?
All right, so this is from Bleacher
my
Report
God.
Gridiron
no.
on
I
Twitter.
didn't read anything.
I didn't either.
So a handful of sources told Matt Miller, he's also from Bleacher Report, that the Chiefs are the most likely destination for Jalen
That
Ramsey.
doesn't shock me.
Knew it.
But another source thinks the Jazz might want Ramsey out of the AFC
Into the NFC.
and named the Eagles and Lions as surprising landing
Lions.
spots.
With Matt
Yes.
Patricia.
You know, I think he's going to go after hearing that.
Lions.
The Cowboys.
No, he's not.
That's where I think he's going to
No,
go.
they already said they're out. They already
can
said
say
they're
that.
out.
Now, this
Matt
is,
Millen's a mush.
now, this is my thing. Honestly, this is my crystal ball of 2019 and 2020.
Okay.
If they somehow find a way to get Ramsey, okay, then Dallas can't pay everybody.
Yeah. So what happens with Dak?
Then fuck Dak.
He's good though, bro.
He's good. He's decent. Give me Byron Jones. Give me Byron Jones and Jalen Ramsey as my corners.
Chrome said something on Facebook. He
And
said
I'm good.
he's pretty much talking to me because I said like they gave him Carson Wentz all the money like to run the team. He said, "Oh fucking stop it. That's how a fucking team wins. You put your money and build your team behind your quarterback." Yeah, that is true, but you're not building a team around him. You're leaving him out to dry.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem.
Well, listen, I love Chrome, but gingers are going to stick together, man.
yeah,
Gingers are going to stick together.
they are.
And I'm shocked, though, to hear that Ramsey news, especially when he played Thursday night.
Yeah.
And then Shad Khan, the owner, came out and said, like,
I love him. I
and
want him
wanna
to
pay
stay.
him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but if Jalen Ramsey was a quarterback, then, yeah. He would win. But
Yeah.
he's a cornerback, and the coach really is an offensive-minded coach. So
Best cornerback in football.
one of.
Who do you think's better?
I think Ramsey's the best.
If it's just straight talent and athletic ability, yes, it's Ramsey. But I've seen others as well. I mean, we spoke about Gilmore.
Right.
You know, we also Xavier Howard out of Miami.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who could be another shooter for us if we don't land?
But now I have a friend. We have a friend that's a Miami fan. He lives in Florida. He follows the team religiously. He said Howard is off limits because they just read up.
Really?
Just read up. That's if you think about Brian Flores' defense in New England. The secondary centered around Stephon Gilmore.
Right.
That's Stephon Gilmore for Miami is Xavier Howard.
Okay.
Now, so a first round pick. Were you in on Minkah Fitzpatrick at all?
No,
I wanted Minka.
I didn't want
I did.
him.
The only reason I was interested in Minkah was because I was just looking at a transition from Malcolm Jenkins to Minkah. That's the only thing that intrigued me.
Right.
But I mean, would I give it up a first? I would much rather give up a first for Ramsey and other shit and make it work.
I want the best player on the football field.
Yeah.
That's who I want.
And that's Ramsey.
Yeah, that's Ramsey.
That's Ramsey.
I didn't want Minka. I didn't want Xavier Howard. I want Jalen Ramsey.
Okay.
That's who I want.
Now there's another player out there as well. He's suspended right now for the first 6 games of the season. But say you could pull, and he may become. I mean, he's not Jalen. He's a different part of his career, but can definitely help this team.
Talking about Patrick Peterson.
Yep.
Yeah.
This QB sucks.
And
This QB's bad. I'm sorry, Ralphie.
we got the Northwestern.
Michigan.
Yeah, you got the
He's a
Northwestern Michigan
fifth-year
game
senior with 5 for 10 for 79 yards and a pick.
Jesus.
That's really bad.
on. I can see the fear in Ralph's face.
Did you have something on this game?
No, he's
No,
just
it's
a
Michigan
fan.
State.
You're a Michigan State fan?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
And LSU's just rolling Vanderbilt right now, so I'm
They
chilling.
finally got a half decent quarterback.
Oh my God, you're off the.
Jesus.
Great tight end, baby. Matt Dotson, baby.
All right, well, moving forward,
Chrome doesn't like our negativity.
breaking down the Eagles versus
Sorry.
Tough
Eagles-
shit, Chrome.
Eagles versus the Falcons. Had a watch party at Pin Setters
Yes.
last Sunday. Great time, great time. If you guys want to see the madness that ensued Sunday night, we do have highlights on our YouTube channel. Shirts may have come off,
Wow.
apparently. Shirts may have come off.
Did Ralphie shirts come off?
No.
Oh, man.
That was Frank's shirt coming off.
Vespi, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It got
Animal.
wild, bro.
Oh, it got
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that.
It got
I
nuts.
was 3 feet away from the TV, like not trying to punch it the whole
Greg's
time.
facial expression made the video, though. Like, he just saw Frank run by. He's just like, what is going on?
Wow.
I think it was after we scored that fourth
The
down on
go-ahead-
the goal line.
Yeah, the go-ahead touchdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was after we scored that.
That
And
was an awesome time.
the place went nuts.
Choked that game away.
Yeah. And let's dive a little deeper into it.
Yeah.
Because obviously our first half offense just, for the second year in a row, continues.
I hope it's not a stigma, though. I
Would it-
hope it's a stigma where your offense doesn't score any points in the first half. And
Yeah.
It's rough
Yeah.
because that's when your emotions as a fan are at its peak.
Right.
Right.
When the game first starts and that first drive of the game, and you're looking for some shit to happen because
Right.
guess what? You practiced all fucking week for this.
yeah.
You scripted the first 15 plays, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you don't plan for 2 of your top 3 wide receivers to go out, and ultimately, who I think will be the number 1 tight end on this team.
Right.
But with that being said, you still I don't know what to me. I think the first half was all on the offensive line. Like I don't know. They were in Florida. I mean, they were in Florida. I don't know where the hell they were at.
Right.
Yeah.
They sure as hell wasn't in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium
Yeah.
No.
No.
at all because I mean we probably could have sat Carson in the first half.
Right.
Yep.
I could have got by Jason Peters, and my knees is shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And they just didn't look good. Isaac Sayamalu, hands down, had the worst game of his career.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
was it as
Pretty
bad as Vitae in Washington? We all remember that game.
Yeah. when he got his pad ripped out of his jersey. Yeah, on the first play.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
his
remember that
jersey
one.
ripped. Yeah, I remember
Good
that.
times.
But I was also thinking at the same time too. You remember back in 2017 when we had Frank Reich as offensive coordinator and the offense was just a machine. Do you think losing Frank Reich is kind of a catalyst to what our offense
Oh,
is
big
now?
time. Because if you think about it, this offense had, I mean, that's two quarterbacks you have that, and you brought in your franchise guy in 2016. Now you're coming in 2016 his rookie year. You have your head coach who's a former quarterback, your offensive coordinator who's a former quarterback, and then when you lost Frank Reich, what was it last year, right?
Yeah.
When he went to
Yeah.
Indianapolis.
Fuck with
You
Josh
just
McDaniels.
saw how the offense just started, going downhill a little
down,
bit.
yep.
Yeah.
So, do we think that we hit our peak already?
Meaning what?
Like, as far as an organization, and our peak was going down Broad Street in February of 2018.
Right.
And then from there, everybody was like, you know what?
They don't care as much,
Take him.
yeah.
I'll take Frank Reich. I'll take D. Filippo. And I'll take Joe Douglas this year. And we all seen it kind of with Andy, too. Remember that brain trust that he had, even though we wish we had some better wide receivers and maybe a more consistent quarterback during that reign with Andy from 2001 to 2005-ish. But you started to pluck coaches from there. John Harbaugh left.
Right.
You know,
You know what I mean? So, like, is it – and it never was the same. Like, how much faith do we have in Peterson and the organization do we reach those heights again?
well,
Because
I'll give Chrome some positivity here. Okay, Chrome, get back to me tomorrow after the game tomorrow because I honestly think that the Eagles are going to blow out the Lions. I know a lot of people don't see that happening because of Stafford and our cornerback situation and our wide receivers getting hurt and stuff like that. I don't think that we're going to lose to the Lions. I think we make a statement game tomorrow, and I'm going to get into my score right now because I'll just get out of the way.
Okay.
I'm going to go 31-14 Birds tomorrow.
Okay.
I think it's a statement game. I think we get to Matt Stafford and pressure him and then drive him into the ground. I just think it's a fairly easy game for the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chrome also has a big comment that I want to get to real quick.
Oh,
Relating to Kyle, you don't know what you're talking about. They've been invested in the offensive line, pass blocking running backs, a great pass blocking tight end in Dallas, and more. If you don't think they've invested in protecting Carson and left him hanging out to dry, you're clueless. It's complaining just to complain.
I mean, they're trying to put stuff around their investment, but at the same time, you know, it has to work. You know, and if it doesn't work, you have to trade for something to make it work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If pieces get injured and you know you don't have something good around them, you have to try to trade to get talent to overcome it.
Right.
You know, and Howie Roseman's not doing anything right now.
No. So Howie Roseman right now is sitting on his hands, almost like Clintac sat on his hands coming into the year with the Phillies pitching staff.
Right.
Yeah.
It's essentially what it is. And nobody's going to give a shit about first 2-round picks if you make it to the NFC Championship game or you make it back to the Super Bowl. Now, I just want to ask you a question because I'm just visiting.
It's fine.
But you have on the YouTube, is this guy, Harlem Cowboy, is this bitch in here every week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he came and talking about how about them Cowboys?
Right.
I mean, not from me. You could get it from someone else. I'm not saying that.
So, speaking of YouTube, Ralph, what do we got on
Over
YouTube?
on YouTube, obviously Harlem Cowboy says, "Can I get how them boys are?"
Nope.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
What's it called? Bryce Backwell is also in the chat. He said, "What's up, guys?
What's up, Bryce?
What's up, Bryce?
He says Darby and Barnett want Ramsey when we were talking about Jalen Ramsey.
Now, do you know why that is?
They played
I
together.
I know Barnett.
Well, Barnett and him played
Jalen.
together.
They played in high school together.
And Darby was at
FSU.
Florida State, right? Yep.
So you have that connection.
Tad Mamba says we need cornerback help. So if Howie doesn't die, that I gotta dock his GM status. That's amazing.
Jesus.
How he doesn't die.
Wow.
Well, if Howie did his job right, he'd go to get Jalen Ramsey right now because it would shut down half of the field on the defensive side of the ball. You know, you'd actually take pressure off of Carson
I just don't
Wentz
understand
just
the
a little
people
bit.
that are saying like, oh well, Jalen Ramsey wants this and wants. Well, you
Who
give it to him, bro.
Right.
Who cares?
He wants to play man. You give that man.
Yeah.
You let him play man.
He'll be here for years.
Come on, man.
We haven't had a shutdown cornerback since Asante Samuel.
Yeah.
All right.
In a long time.
I wouldn't say Asante was shut down.
I thought
He
he
was
I
shut
thought he was
down,
shut
dude.
down. I
He
thought
was
he was
shut
shut
down.
down.
Come on,
He couldn't
Pete.
tackle, but he was shut down.
Yeah,
He was a ball
He
hawk.
made you want to throw away from his side.
He was
Yeah.
a ball- he was a ball hawk.
And that's what. And that's
Yeah.
what.
That's also an educated
That's
choice
it.
because he
Oh
had
my God.
rump shit on the other
Give the man
side.
his respect.
Rump shit. I like that.
Yeah. Who was on the opposite side?
It was Sheldon. Was it Sheldon? No.
Was
Oh
it
God.
Sheldon Brown?
I have no clue.
We can't even remember who it was.
Yeah. It's
So
probably
of
that.
course you're not gonna throw the Asante side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just saying maybe it was because shut down corner for Asante, just because
I remember
the other matchup on the other side of the field was better. I'm not taking anything away from Asante. He couldn't tackle, but
Yeah,
I
he
would say
couldn't
we
tackle.
haven't had a true shutdown corner probably since Eric Allen.
Here we go. Brian Wilson
don't
also
really
says in
remember.
the comments, I'm coming by the studio with Tommy when he's done working, and I'll scream at all of you that want to give up 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, I mean you have to.
Yeah,
give up
I know
whatever you-
Brian's against it. I know Brian's against
Brian's
it.
Why, though?
against it.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is the problem, right? This is the problem with a lot of people in the Philadelphia area. A lot of people on social media. A lot of people on podcasts. They think it's too much. They think a first and a third and Sidney Jones is too much to give for Jalen Ramsey. No, it's not. All right. If you trade this stuff right now for the best corner in the league, you have that proven commodity for years. For years. Who gives a shit about value down the road? You don't know what it's going to turn into.
Right.
You have something sitting right in your lap.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's
Yeah.
not. It's common sense, people.
And the thing is, people, just to take it further, they say about the money. We've already seen the Eagles. The one thing Howie does do right, he does not react to a market. He sets a market.
Yep.
He set the market with Carson Wentz. You've seen Goff, and then who else got a contract after that as well?
It was
Todd
Goff.
Gurley got a contract. I remember that before. He
No,
got hurt.
quarterbacks he's talking
quarterbacks.
It was Wentz got his contract first.
Wentz, Goff.
And that was it.
But it was somebody in between that though.
Was there someone in between?
I thought it was somebody in between.
I don't think so. Because I know Goff and Wentz were the only people from 2016 that got a contract extension so far.
Yeah,
I could have
From
sworn
that
somebody
draft.
else got an extension in between.
maybe.
I just don't think it was a quarterback though.
Yeah.
Because once Goff got extended, people were like, "Oh, well, there you go for Dak."
Nah, it's gonna
Yeah.
cost, and Dak is fuck. I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Look, he's $40 million.
He's
Looking good.
He's looking out there in the top 3 for MVP conversation.
He's looking
right
good
Yeah.
right now.
And So it's what's going to cost Dallas more. So we
Right.
saw Stephon Gilmore's contract. If you get Jalen in now and you pay him, people's going to say that's a lot of money. But wait until the next person has to get paid. Wait until
Right.
Denzel Ward comes out of his rookie contract. His numbers are going to dwarf.
Wait till Byron Jones has to get paid.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Come over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm telling you, Howie, listen. I'm already on thin ice with your ass as it is now.
Yeah.
You don't get Jalen Ramsey because I know Dallas can't pay Byron Jones. If one of them bitches is not an Eagle next year, we're going to have a problem.
All right, Brian Wilson had a problem with me. He said
I just started that.
he said you're the problem, Kyle. we don't play man here. All right, he'll come in here and not be as good.
When did we
It doesn't matter.
When does when did Schwartz start playing zone like that? Because from what I've seen, he puts his DBs
We don't
on
have
the
any.
island.
We don't have any corners that can play
That
man.
can
Thank
play
you.
man, yeah. That's the
Wilson,
issue.
That's
they
the
don't.
reason
He
why.
doesn't play man because they can't play man, so he has to play zone.
Yeah.
And they don't do that shit well either.
Yeah, no. It's like playing man, and they don't play their zones.
Well, you saw flashes from Rasul Douglas, but the big issue with Rasul is he needs to.
Bro, he's
He
6'2" playing corner against
Yeah.
going
And he's a
against
safety.
guys
He's
that
a
are
fucking safety.
He is a
Yeah.
safety.
going against guys that are 5'10".
Right.
Yeah.
The only one DB that actually has some ball skills, he can't get in position enough because he's not a corner. He's playing out of position. You put him in as a safety, floating balls, he can get there.
Oh, he's a ball hawk.
He has a chance to catch it.
Right.
I'm getting.
Bryce Backwell on YouTube
I'm
he
getting
said,
mad, too.
says
I really am.
if we get Ramsey, it will be by Monday, which I totally agree. I think
yeah, he
I
can't
think
play
Monday,
this week.
Yeah.
He can't play this weekend.
Yeah.
And then Todd Warmack says, I will put Ramsey in a Darrell Revis position, take out the best wide receiver, and that's what best
Oh yeah, no,
corners
I
do.
agree.
think he's better than
you'd have
Revis
to.
was.
You'd have to. Ooh, no,
Whoa.
no, not yet.
Hey,
Not yet.
hey, you can call Reeves Island whatever you want. I've seen Jalen Ramsey. The one blow up that he had the other day, I watched the whole game and it was a terrible game. But the one blow up play that he had, it was this close to getting deflected.
Yeah, but
Inches. And he actually started from behind the wide receiver and he caught up to him this close,
Yeah.
deflecting it.
but my thing is too. What cornerbacks don't get beat though? Like every
Yeah, every
every
corner
corner gets
gets
beat.
beat. Yeah.
You have to cover somebody for more than 5 or 6. Like Janoris Jenkins said, he's like, I don't give a shit who our quarterback is. If I have to cover Mike Evans for 6 seconds,
yeah.
bitch, what am I gonna do?
Right.
Like it's like MJ game 2, 92 finals. But
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
you know what I mean? So with that being said, that just leads me to the pass rush, the over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had 2 players that we could have got and literally made this a legit fucking dream team that can play and take pressure off of Carson. But okay, I digress.
Well, Brian Wilson's talking about Nnamdi, all right? I think he's talking about Nnamdi. He said, the last time we got the best cover corner in the league, who wasn't a ball hawk, it worked out great. Well, who is it? Juan Castillo played something called not zone, I think it was.
Yeah, Nnamdi was a straight
Nnamdi
zone
was a
corner.
straight man-to-man corner.
But yeah, man to man, and they tried to put him in zone.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do
They
zone.
couldn't
Yeah.
do zone.
Yeah, and he looked terrible out there.
Well, plus his first day at the facility, he was eating lunch in his car. So
yeah, his nice ham sandwich.
Are you serious?
yeah.
you never heard about this?
Nah.
This is like one of the most famous Nnamdi
he
stories
couldn't-
ever.
He couldn't adapt.
He couldn't.
Literally, his first
Yeah.
day here, he what do you call it? He went to his car and ate lunch by himself.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to worry about. You wouldn't have to worry
I'm
about that
amazed
with
you
Ramsey.
never heard about this.
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't- But with Ramsey, you have Darby here, you have Barnett here, you have people who can vouch for him. And to be honest, they need to be in Howie's office. Like, look, dude, get the shit done.
Yeah.
Because I automatically think that takes you from a fringe top 15 defense, top 10 in points allowed, to put you right there. Because, listen, man, Dallas' schedule is soft as baby shit.
Baby shit, yeah.
And that's who you need to be.
Bro, if we get Ramsey, getting a lockdown corner like him helps out your defensive line so much. And vice versa, too. When you have a good defensive line, it makes your secondary look amazing.
Right.
Because how many pressures you can get on the quarterback to speed up his time.
And our vaunted defensive line, let's be real here, hasn't been really good.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hasn't.
Not at
Where's
all.
Fletcher Cox at?
Yeah. Well, I think he's injured.
And Brian also says that.
Well, if he's injured, then he shouldn't be playing that.
It's
Yeah, but who do we
his
have
toe.
Who do we have?
Brian
though?
also said that's
definitely don't have
exactly why we
anything
need pressure. But
defensive tackle.
our D line hasn't
Okay,
really
so
stepped
Wilson,
up.
I get it with the pressure, but where are you going? What D end or what D tackle
I agree with
at
you,
an
Brian.
elite
No, I
talent
agree too.
is out there on the market?
Right.
You don't have the opportunity to do that. You did, and you didn't want it. You didn't go get Clowney, who good run stopper, plays the wide 9 technique. What team does that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The one that wears midnight green.
Yeah. Jim Schwartz finally let the defenders play last week, and
Well, the thing I noticed too with Jim
That's why I was
Schwartz, in
so
the second
shocked.
half, he made
Third
an actual
down and
adjustment.
9, and we're blitzing. I'm like, oh my God, it's a
Yeah.
new man.
Yeah.
listen, if we
It's
had
a new man.
if
We're
we had
finally bringing pressure.
if we had Jalen Ramsey last week, that block in the back wouldn't have mattered. The one that the ref missed, it wouldn't have mattered because he would have called up to Julio Jones.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's a strong possibility. The bitch runs like a 4.40, low
Yep.
4.40.
Yep. We need Jalen Ramsey, man.
Todd Warmack says, I love Sidney, but compared to Ramsey, is like shoulda,
No
woulda, coulda to
shit.
guaranteed. How we go get Ramsey?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
I'm sorry, but come on,
that
guys.
wasn't revelating at all.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I appreciate it. You share the same thoughts that we do, but I mean, that's
That's just common sense.
no. Like it's Jalen Ramsey, and then you can still go out and if you have another injury at the cornerback position, still go out and trade for Patrick Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because Patrick Peterson's not going to cost you any more than a fifth.
Right.
Howie has to. I get it. You paid Carson, and you're not going to have the flexibility to bring in free agents, and you do have to draft better. But with that, you can have a shitload of picks, all these compensatory picks that you want. If you can't hit on the right players, it's not going to fucking matter anyway.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's another thing I don't get about why Chrome's bashing me so much. He picked the Dolphins to go 10-6 this year.
Well, speaking of Chrome with the Dolphins, Chrome also says, anybody else have the Dolphins beating the Cowboys on their road to 10-6?
Well, I mean, they're 21-point underdogs, so I mean that'd be kind of steep. Just a little.
Oh, that'll be
bit.
their Super Bowl.
That'd
They beat
be
the
a little bit
Cowboys.
steep.
It'll be my Super Bowl.
I got a confession to make on DraftKings because I'm in a pool. I took the Cowboys defense for 5,000. Well, it's 5,000
Yeah.
points.
I have
Yeah.
Zeke on my team, my fantasy team.
Yeah.
He's playing down. He's
I
playing.
have the
Dolphins.
Cowboys defense in like all my leagues.
If he doesn't
They're
get
gonna
50, I
kill
might trade
tomorrow.
him.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get 50 points this week,
the
he might be on the
Miami
block.
They may not have to. Now I will say this
Yeah.
though. Watching Dallas's first 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
and watching Kellen Moore settle in as an offensive coordinator, and what I've seen from Dak looks better.
Mm-hmm.
They're not using the Ferrari.
Yeah, it's
No, they're
weird,
not.
ain't
You're
it?
right.
It's
Yeah.
weird,
No,
ain't
you're
it?
right.
So watch some shit happen.
Yep.
They
Where he's
start-
not happy, and then
right,
mm-hmm.
and then you run into a good team because the Saints. I think they got the Saints next week.
Yes.
Saints defense is not. It's not nothing.
Without
to
Drew
sneeze at.
Brees, though,
They're
bro.
gonna win that game.
No, they'll win the game.
They
but
might go 4-0.
They'll win the game. I believe that, but it's with
Cowboys,
their
man.
secondary.
Yeah, right,
you got
man.
Kenny. You got Lattimore.
Mm-hmm.
You got Eastern Zone Eli Apple, and now Michael Gallup is out. So you got Lattimore on Cooper.
They're not gonna make the playoffs.
No, the Saints won't make the
Saints,
playoffs. I just want to see what it's going to be like when Dak doesn't have to face a cupcake defense.
I'm gonna bring up their schedule. So the Dallas Cowboys schedule, because I know they have New England coming up in the near
Yeah.
future, probably in December.
I think we played in week 6,
Dallas.
week 6 or
think
week
so.
7.
It's
I
something
think
like
it's
that.
early, but then it's later on when they come here.
It's the first match. So the first matchup's there.
Yes.
Yeah, the first matchup's
Which I
there.
like because then if something happens
Yeah.
towards the season, we have that last game at home.
And then our last 4 games are all in division.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough. But my thing with Kellen Moore, too, I said when they made him an offensive coordinator, that was going to be the Cowboys' X factor.
every matchup that they have with good teams,
Is
it
in
benefits
Dallas.
them.
Is it
Yeah.
in Dallas?
Besides the Pats game. Yeah.
Okay.
Every single one is in Dallas. You know, all right, so you have the Bears on the road, but the Bears don't look like shit.
Their offense is overrated.
Yeah.
They have the
Trubisky
Pats at
shuts.
Gillette. But see, that's the thing, though. A lot of
The
people
Cowboys got to go to Gillette.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that the Cowboys, they're waiting for them to fall to a good team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest with you. From what I've seen the first 2 weeks, they're a pretty damn good football team.
Oh, they are. They're a good
I
football
think
team.
they could beat anybody.
They're a good football team.
Yeah.
And I love their linebackers, bro.
They have
Jalen
the best
Smith and
linebacking
Van
core
Der
in the
Esch.
league. I don't care what anybody says. They have the best linebacking
Yes,
core
they
in the league.
do.
Yep.
No other
They
team
have
beats
pretty
them,
good
bro.
corners, too.
Yeah, I mean you got.
No other team has top 2 linebackers like that in the league. And I can't.
I'm still not a believer in Van Der Esch. I can't rock with
Really?
nobody.
Really?
I can't rock with nobody who wears that
I
big
you
ass,
like-
I love Van
that
Der
fucking
Esch.
neck
You like
pad.
Jalen Smith?
That's who I wanted. I wanted Van Der Esch.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying he could play. When you got to play with
Jalen
that big
Smith's
ass
a dog too.
He is.
neck pad out of your top
Oh,
coming out of
yeah.
your shoulder.
Yeah.
pads, I can't fuck.
He's just trying to protect his neck from that neck
On
injury he had in
YouTube,
college.
Bag of Rocks says, I
What
love
is the name?
Jalen. Bag of Rocks.
Rocks.
Says, I love Jalen Ramsey on the Eagles, but my gut feeling is that we're not getting him.
Okay.
Todd Womack also says the pressure is there. Sacks come in bunches. Hell, it took Aaron Donald half of the season last year to get 20 sacks.
Right.
Secondary has to do better. Harlem Cowboy also says Birds need to draft better like the Cowboys. And then Nikki Stee says Steelers trading a first-round pick is stupid, especially that they blew their chance of selecting a quarterback.
Wait, who said that?
Well, they're
Nicky.
kind of
For Minka?
they're putting all
Yeah.
their eggs in one basket with Mason Rudolph right now.
Well, and then Chrome said on Facebook, everyone pick up Miami's defense this week. It's a good idea.
Jesus.
I mean, I could
if
see
you want to
No
lose,
shot.
I could see a possible
get, like, negative 12
surprise because you always have those like surprise
Right.
game. I mean, I could see it, but again, with what they have on defense,
It's in Dallas, right?
No, it's in Miami. I'm pretty sure.
which one?
Miami.
The-
No, it's in Dallas.
Oh, it is in Dallas.
Yeah.
They don't stand a chance.
Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah.
They can bring everybody they traded could come back.
We're
Right.
22
Still
point
didn't chance.
favorites.
We'll see.
Last week it was 9. The look aheads,
Yeah.
the futures, they were only 9-point favorites.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now let's get to the Eagles' Week 3 matchup against the Detroit Lions, which
One of the slower defenses that they'll face this year, which
benefits us.
which
Yeah.
benefits us. Looking for him to be able to run the ball if Doug commits to it
Mm-hmm.
and wants to keep Carson up and able-bodied through 16 weeks, because he won't make it.
Right.
He won't make it.
If it's like last week, yeah, there's no way he.
But they have a decent defensive line. So
You know who has to have a good game this week, and no one's talking about him?
Who?
Grow.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
He has to have a good game this week because what I've seen from him, other than him working with Nick Foles, he hasn't worked well with Carson Wentz. You know, and a lot of people wanted him fired before Carson Wentz got injured, and it kind of escaped everyone's minds. But now you're seeing it's kind of like a vanilla
here's the
offense
thing.
again.
Here's the thing. The time I wanted him fired was the day he had that press conference and said,
I don't know how to
I
use
don't
Golden
know
Tate.
how to use Golden Tate in this offense.
Yep.
yeah. That
What?
That should have told you something.
That
right
dude's
then
the
and there.
best slot corner in the game.
Right,
You don't know how
yeah.
to use the best slot corner in the game?
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's when he said that. I said, "All right, this dude's not cut out for the job."
No.
Now, who
No
had-
shot.
Who was the one guy who did work well with Carson
Frank Reich.
besides him?
Oh, the
Filippo.
quarterback coach. Yeah.
Filippo. Yeah.
Now I'm not sure of the timeline. Didn't DiFilippo take the Minnesota job before?
After the rookie year, he did.
but before Frank Wright took.
Didn't DiFilippo
No, it was
get
after the Super
fired?
Bowl. I thought.
Because
Well, they were both.
Filippo was here.
They were
Yeah.
both here.
DiFilippo got fired.
DiFilippo was the quarterbacks coach when Frank in 2016 went with
and
Frank
in
Reich
2000,
and-
but he was here in the Super Bowl year too.
Yeah.
yes, and
So
then
that's
he
what-
left for Minnesota.
Minnesota.
But he left before Frank Wright went to Indy.
Indianapolis. Yes,
Yes.
he was
That's-
the first.
that's what I'm saying,
He was the
because-
first one to go.
Because if he would have stayed and
Yeah.
Frank would have left, there's your offensive coordinator,
Yeah.
and then you don't have this fucking issue where
Well,
it seems like nobody.
Well,
can
Brian,
work with
this is
Carson.
why I'm bringing up Grow. He has to have a good game, a pretty good game plan because Grow has been our problem the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are not talking about this. This is why I'm bringing it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone wants to talk about Howie. I don't like Howie personally, but whatever. Everyone wants to talk about Howie. Everyone wants to talk about Wentz, how he's playing. Well, Wentz isn't going to play well without a good game plan. And guess what? It seemed like he was doing way too much the second half, and he
Yeah.
didn't really have to.
Now,
you know?
and you can look at Indianapolis' offense with Jacoby Brissett. I think through the first 2 weeks of the season, I mean,
He's looked good.
He's looked good, and there's
Yeah.
players running wide open.
Frank
That's
Reich's a beast.
So that's why I said did we hit our peak? Because it seems like
gone,
Doug
yeah.
is not making the good choices, and as far as getting replacement coordinators and coaches, do I say Deuce deserved it? I can't say
Do you
that.
think Reich was the reason why we won the Super Bowl?
One of them.
Oh, he's
I
definitely
think
part
that,
of it.
I think that
Yeah.
brain trust.
I think
Yeah.
those three combined really
yeah,
came
it's
together.
Right.
like a three-headed monster.
Dynamic.
Yeah.
And I hope.
Like I said, you have two former quarterbacks that played in the league. One is your head coach,
Yep.
and one is your offensive coordinator.
that had some success too.
That's such a perfect situation for a rookie
Just
quarterback
think
to come into the
Just
league.
think about 2017 when Carson Wentz was the MVP candidate. All right,
Yeah.
11-2, bro.
Everything was wide open for Carson
Yeah.
Wentz.
Yep.
Like you had Alshon Jeffrey wide open on the sideline.
You had Ertz wide open.
Yeah.
You had
Torrey Smith wide open.
everybody was open. Yeah.
Yep.
like targets for days. Now you're like killing someone to get wide open.
Yep.
It's like it's like come on, let's go back to that.
Yeah.
But I just think that, like you said, those three, it's almost kind of like what Belichick and them had in New England. And what did it take? I mean, Belichick he's a different level of a head coach. But
Right.
when McDaniels left, he had to be humble. I'm not saying Frank Wright is having success. It's almost like you want them to fail just to come back.
Yeah, he's making Jacoby Brissett look like a great quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think Jacoby Brissett's that good.
No.
He's making him look great.
He's
It's
good.
average.
Yeah, he's nothing fantastic, but he's solid.
He'll get you 8 to 9 wins.
Yeah.
But he's just not that quarterback that'll put you over the hill.
No, not at all.
Yeah, because if you had all right, so insert Jacoby Brissett as our quarterback for the second half of last week's game. We don't really have a chance. We don't come back. You know what I mean? That's where Carson comes in. Like I not even compare it to the Foles. To Foles, it's like Foles. If everything goes right, yes, he can make all the throws. But if you're down and you need somebody to make a play to force a ball in a tight window, Foles isn't that guy.
Right.
Foles actually may have lost his job already in Jacksonville. I wanted Jacksonville was like, man, we had this kid here this whole time.
Losing to Uncle
Well,
Rico.
it's a blessing because we're going to get him back for cheap. So
We'll see. See,
Oh,
my thing is, and
Could you imagine?
I don't think that's
Could you
happening.
imagine Jacksonville going on like a 7-game winning streak, and then they bring back Foles from IR
we
just
would
to cut him?
totally bring him back.
Well, see,
Of course.
See, my thing is too. I just like with it was what $100 million they invested in Nick Foles.
50. I was thinking 50 guaranteed.
No, 70. It was 7 for 70.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't invest that kind of money, and mind you,
think it was 7 for
Minshew's
70.
look pretty good. But even if they get on a 7-game winning streak, I just don't see them not bringing him back.
Yeah.
Just because of the investment.
Well,
in and of itself.
7-game winning streak, they can do whatever the fuck they want as long as they don't have Jalen Ramsey. He's in Midnight Green.
Right.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I don't care.
We need to get Ramsey. We need to steal him from the Chiefs. We need to steal him from the Pats. We need to steal him from everyone.
So if I told you, because my nickname is Mr. Narrative, I control the narrative here.
Right.
I don't even try to do the shit.
All right.
I just do it.
It's
All
what
right.
happens. 2016. Let's go back.
All right.
Would you trade our Wentz pick for Dak and Zeke?
Okay.
I'd say no.
That's a good question.
That's a good question, but
I would.
that's tough. Because I was such a big fan of him in Mississippi State.
See, the problem
I was a big fan
the problem
of Dak in
with
Mississippi
that,
State.
The problem with that is we won a Super Bowl.
But not with Wentz. I mean, he got us there.
That's what I always stress. All right, but if he didn't go down and then we didn't have Foles do his magic, we wouldn't have got there. So, in retrospect, Dak wouldn't have got hurt, and then Foles wouldn't have came in, and we wouldn't have a title.
You don't know that though.
But you have Zeke.
We do have Zeke, but they got bounced out in the first round against the Green Bay Packers team.
But that's
that
because
wasn't
Aaron
that
Rodgers
good.
is a fucking bye-bye man. Like,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
he's on a different.
Pete, that's
he's
a
a
very
monster.
tough question.
That is a really tough question.
Yeah.
And I think 2 years ago was an easier question.
Yeah.
We said no. But now, as we start to see time go on, and we're
Yeah.
seeing the play,
Yep.
where we feel like I still think Wentz is a more talented quarterback than Dak.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like but when you put those two together,
It's just No, I hear you.
It's a dynamic. It's
And that's another thing too with Dak's contract immediately coming up.
yeah.
Where's Amari going to go? Because Amari's not
they
staying.
can't afford him.
They can't afford him. That's what I'm saying. Where's he going to
Which,
go?
if he leaves, then they may be able to keep Byron Jones. Because listen, as much as Dak has been balling out, the strength of their team is their defense.
Right.
That's the strength of their team. And and maybe Taco Charlton has sacked Dak 3 times because he just got cut by Dallas. He got picked up by Miami.
By Miami, yep.
Yep.
So, I mean, you have shit like that. What happened with we cut Smallwood? Where'd he end up in Washington? The bitch ain't suited
He
up once.
sucks. He's terrible.
He should have been gone.
Yeah.
He should have been gone.
Yeah, he
but we got way off track, didn't we?
Yeah, we really did.
Hey, that's what happens
It
here at
happens.
ATD Radio.
It's all right.
Only at ATD Radio.
Going off the rails, it happens a little
But
bit.
we were talking about the Lions, and I know Kyle gave his. He said 31-14.
Yep. 17-point victory.
I don't think I see a margin that big, but they should be able to win because the Lions outside of the dome, they're a different team.
Right.
It's going to be nice. I get that.
It's going to be like 87
Galladay-
degrees tomorrow.
Galladay, Marvin Jones scares me a little bit, but you had the Eagles on Sunday Night Football.
What about Kieran?
Who?
Kieran Johnson?
Kerryon Johnson, yeah.
And they just cut C.J. Anderson. Why? I have no idea.
And,
but
and my thing is, too, the Eagles' run defense is still, at least as far as right now, it's top 3 in the league right now.
Yeah,
so that I'm not worried about.
yeah, statistically, since 2017, they're in the top 3 overall.
Yeah, and run
But
defense.
it's just the O-line, I expect them to play better as a cohesive unit.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Allo, I expect to play better. they just gotta fucking play better. Like this,
Yeah.
like you said, this is a statement game. Like
Right.
you know you can't drop another game because the Cowboys are not going to drop
They
the game.
need, they need to win this game convincingly and show that they're here to stay.
And just carry that momentum into Thursday.
yeah.
No, I completely agree. Now, that being said, speaking of momentum, with the coin toss at the beginning of the game, do you think they receive or they do the typical defer?
He'll defer because if he defers, you put your defense. Your defense does strive off of the crowd, and we can say whatever we want, how upset we are with the team,
Right.
But those fans in the link at game time, at kickoff, are going to be ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So you want your because when your offense is out there, we want quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's more important. Even with that being said, that they defer.
Mm-hmm.
The offense's first drive of the game is going to be more important than whatever the fucking defense does.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's where we're all turn down the volume, and just going to be watching what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
How successful they're going to be.
Right.
Because in 2017, before you knew it, we were up 14-0, 14-3, 14-7, 21.
Quick.
Quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what we need to see, but it needs to carry on. And I would prefer be an easy win because you do have Thursday right around the corner. And,
Right.
And besides just dealing with Aaron Rodgers, that Packers defense is
It's looking serious.
vastly
Yeah.
improved.
I completely agree. Yep.
So
Yeah, my thing is I kind of look at this game kind of similar to the Chargers game back in 2017 where we had a brutal loss against the Kansas City Chiefs. Doug Peterson finally started to realize we have to run the ball.
Yep.
And people tend to neglect to realize the past couple years, Doug always struggles with running the ball at the beginning of the season. He's always pass happy at the beginning of the year, and then it takes him a little bit to kind of get like a cohesive unit going with the run game and that whole thing. So I think running the ball down the line's throat is going to be a key factor.
Well,
in
people
win on
seem to
Sunday.
forget this too. You know, after we beat the Giants with the 61-yard field goal, or was it 62? 61.
Mhm.
All right, when we beat them with the 61-yard field goal, it set a momentum. You know, we need that one shift of momentum for the season.
Oh, no, I agree.
It has to start tomorrow because you need to tell the rest of the league that you're a scary fucking team.
Well, I think if Aguilar made that catch, I think that would have been the moment you were talking
Yeah,
about.
and the thing
but-
with Aguilar is, I'm going to jump on this real quick. The thing with Aguilar is, I think he has the potential to be the best wide receiver on this team.
Yep.
His footwork, his speed,
Oh, yeah, no, I agree.
his quickness,
It's just his hands.
it's just his hands.
Right. No, I agree.
He hasn't put it all together yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to see J.J. Arcega-Whiteside get more in rhythm with Carson.
Because you saw on Sunday he struggled.
Yeah,
he
he struggled. Fucking Matt Collins doesn't know where to line up.
Mm-hmm.
Then he comes out, he says, if it's between offense and special teams, I like playing special teams better.
Who
Well,
says
obviously.
that?
Yeah, really. Who says that?
Yeah.
Matt-
Well, that's what he was. That's what he was drafted for. He's a special teams guy.
So call up. I seen every time they put somebody on IR, they release somebody and they go 52.
Mm-hmm.
They're not fucking calling up. Did Greg Ward get picked up somewhere?
Yeah, we just
Active
put him
roster.
on
Greg
that.
Waters on the active roster,
Yeah.
and Malata went to the IR.
Yeah.
What happened to Malala?
They're
He's been
saying
injured.
Yeah, they're just saying something with his back. So
So Greg Ward's on the 52-man roster, 53-man
53.
roster.
So I need that. I need.
So he'll be
Hey,
on the
you-
46 come game
So
day.
hopefully he's in the 46. Activate Deshaun Hall. Deactivate somebody else because you need pressure. And Stafford can be hit. He's not a mobile quarterback. I mean, he does have some maneuverability, but you need to come out with a fucking win
Yeah.
because 4 days later you got to be in Lambeau, and that's not going to be easy.
Nope.
Not gonna be, yes.
Real quick on YouTube, Bag of Rocks has a good question for you guys.
Okay.
Would you take Dak and Zeke or Wentz and Zeke?
What?
Wentz and Zeke.
What? That's Wentz and Zeke.
That's
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
stupid
That's a-
fucking question. Is that the same guy that asked the retarded question before?
No, that was a different guy.
Oh my god.
No,
Bag of
but-
Rocks. Would you take Dak and Zeke or Wentz and Zeke?
Wentz.
Wentz and Zeke.
I'll
Absolutely.
take Dak and Zeke. I'll be the odd man
No
out.
way.
Whoa.
No way.
You would?
Yeah.
Oh.
No shot. I don't know why. That hurt me saying that.
That hurt me.
Give me Wentz and Zeke.
After
No, can't change
You
it.
can't change it now.
after months and months and months of him criticizing me, saying Nick Foles stinks, and then
He
Wentz
just
is
lost
gonna
his
be-
job, bro.
Yeah, he lost his job
He
because
just
got
lost his
hurt.
job.
He got hurt.
He
To
lost.
Uncle Rico.
He got hurt.
Lost his job to
Uncle
Uncle Rico.
He got hurt.
He looks like Uncle Rico. He looks like an extra from Deadwood.
He has the best mustache I've ever seen in my life.
Looks like a
That
porn,
must-
America.
looks
that
like
must-
a porn stash from the 70s.
He's just
Dirk
stepped out of a
Diggler.
time capsule. He's like, all right, let's go,
But
America.
man,
America. No, but
Oh, man.
yeah. Also, while we're wrapping this up, fam, give your score predictions as well.
Yep.
I got mine with 31-14. I think the Eagles come out of or will come out of coming off of Sunday. I think they're going to come pissed off, ready to go. So I think that this is going to be their
What's your
statement
score?
game. 31-17.
I got 27-24, bro.
Okay.
I'm looking at.
I just don't know. I
hear you. I get
the
it.
secondary still concerns me,
No,
brother.
I get it.
Yeah.
And Matt Stafford is a gunslinger, bro. That dude just throws the ball.
Well, you saw that.
And Kenny Galladay's turning into a stud. Marvin Jones is very underrated as well. You also have T.J. Hawkinson, who every time you watch him,
they won't have an answer
he
for TJ,
catches
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, they won't have an answer.
Everything
for TJ.
so far.
I hope.
Unless you put Malcolm on him, that's really it.
The biggest heel for the Lions offense is their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
It's Darrell Bevell.
They got rid of Jim Bob Cooter?
Yeah, they got Darrell
Jim
Bevell.
Bob Cooter.
Who was in Seattle who didn't know how to use fucking Russell Wilson, who had Russell Wilson running for his life.
Yeah.
His life.
And they still made the playoffs.
Yeah. So that's a plus for us. And for me, score wise, I'm probably looking 28-20, 28-21.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a tight game, dude.
Yeah.
I
Think
just
so?
Yeah, that's a big mismatch with T.J. Hawkinson. I just don't know who's gonna cover him.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They're gonna try my favorite player. They're gonna try Malcolm, who you know how I feel about Malcolm Jenkins.
Yeah.
And it's not like Ronald Darby's going to make any tackles tomorrow, so we're expecting 5 missed tackles from him.
I don't care what anyone.
Ho can't tackle, even though he was proven
Yeah.
a heavy hitter throughout when he was playing with Minnesota.
Yeah.
So
Does anyone here think that the Eagles are going to lose tomorrow?
no, I don't think
No, I
they're
don't
going to
think they're
lose
gonna
tomorrow. I just think it's not going to be a blow. I don't think
Yeah.
it's going to be a cruise fest. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where in the second half you just get to sit back, relax, eat your Doritos, and sip on some Mountain Dew.
Well,
Right.
the whole season's been pretty easy to predict so far. In my point of view, I had us starting slow against the Washington, potentially losing. We didn't lose that game. I had us losing to Atlanta.
I did originally.
Yeah,
too.
me too.
That was pretty simple. And this week, I just have them kicking the shit out of the Lions.
Yeah.
Like, I just view them as a team that they look at, but then just steamroll them.
Yeah.
Like they don't scare me at all. You know,
It's certain places with this team throughout history that if you play there, they don't do well. But if you play them here, they beat.
Yeah.
Like that's the Lions are one of those teams. The Falcons are one of those teams. Like if we play the Falcons here, they're not fucking winning. But it cannot. It's hard to win in Atlanta.
2009.
For this team, it's hard to win in Detroit. We
Yeah.
know what happened the last time we played in Detroit.
Yep.
Darius Slay got
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving game.
Oh no, it was Wentz's rookie year.
Oh yeah, with his rookie.
The last game was
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
Ryan Matthews
Wasn't that
fucking
Ryan
fumbled.
Matthews fumble, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he went through his first pick.
Yeah.
That lost
He
us
held
the
the
game
ball in
against-
the wrong hand.
Yeah.
Ryan Matthews did. Yeah. Should have been on his outside. He had it on his inside.
But
Darius Slay came up, punched it out. There was game.
Yeah.
Little Ryan Matthews. And then 2 years after that, before that, the Thanksgiving game with Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
Turkey sucked that night.
we were bad that year.
Yeah,
I
I think
remember that.
we lost 45-16 that game.
It was crazy.
Who was the rookie they put on Calvin Johnson? Was that Russell?
No,
No.
it was Eric Rowe. It was Eric Rowe.
Yes.
Death
He's
row.
never been
Yes,
the same.
it was
It was
Eric Rowe. Yeah.
And Calvin Johnson had a
torched him.
day.
Yeah, he did.
Calvin Johnson
had like
had
three
a,
touchdowns.
One touchdown he took right off of Eric Rowe's bat.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the corner of the end zone.
Yeah.
It was a fade.
See
Yep.
that?
He's with the Marlins now. Oh, not the Marlins. Dolphins.
Nah, yeah.
Eric Rowe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I thought he was still with the Pats.
No.
No.
Now, quiet story. We talk about AB. Let's not sit here. People may not even know this. Patrick Chung, ex-Eagle safety, got caught. Federal possession of cocaine.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Nothing
Dude.
happened.
If I get it, I'm in jail right now, bro.
Yeah, no, that's a good point because what do you call it?
Anybody else do it?
Everyone thought his career was over. Everyone's like, oh, okay, well, Patrick Chung's gone.
Bitch ain't missed a game.
Didn't hear a thing. Since that
Nothing.
report came out, you heard nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's crazy.
That's a good point. That's a really good
It's
point.
not sexual assault. The sexual assault
Or
is not taken lightly. Feminists out there will make sure they dig it into the ground.
Yeah.
Like, it just won't, especially because a player with that magnitude. Patrick Chung, like, who cares? All right?
Still a solid
Antonio
player.
Brown was signed by Nike. Anyone that's signed by Nike is a good player. All right? When they got rid of you, that's when you knew it was over.
It's over
Right.
with.
You know? So it sucks what happened to AB. We don't know if he's guilty or not. You know,
Time will tell.
I don't rush to that stuff. I just don't.
Yeah.
I think he's a great player.
Now, do you think?
We'll see what happens
All
there.
right. So, leading back to the poll question,
Okay.
with his career possibly being over, I'll kind of just bounce off that. Do you think he plays another game in 2019?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
And it may be in midnight green.
It might be for the Philadelphia Eagles. I agree.
You have one of the
Wow.
most progressive, forward-thinking owners
Yeah.
who, for some,
Signed Michael Vick out of prison. So no, I get your point. I get it.
you know what I mean. And like Kyle said, is criminally he's not been charged. It's perception.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just one of those things that you kind of deal with. I mean, he didn't beat any. It's not domestic abuse.
Right.
And listen, I'm be honest with you, ladies, feminists out there, holla at y'all for a minute.
Holla.
You let me know when you've been forced down over a bed, then took the D, and said rape and said no screaming, but yet you okay to put that shit aside for $2 million.
Yeah.
What type of person are you if you do that?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I hear you.
That's all I'm gonna say.
No, I hear you.
You see what I'm saying? So that's who right now. That because honestly, the Eagles could sign him today.
Right.
It's not like there's any restrictions on him playing.
Now, I can also see this narrative happening, too, to where, say, hypothetically he gets cleared, and obviously there's still that narrative about him. He's not a great guy, whatever. But if we sign him, I can see the script being flipped and Eagles fans just losing their mind. Being like, oh, we have Antonio Brown. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Especially if you win. I mean, you line up Jeffrey, Antonio Brown,
Sean
Deshaun
Jackson. Who are you covering? And then you have Ertz
fucked
and
up part
Goddard.
is our fans would actually make jokes about it. Like they'd be
Well,
like,
yeah.
because our fans, like everyone's like, oh, Philadelphia's so nice. We're not. I hate to break it to you. We're not nice.
Who
at
says
all.
that?
A lot of people are like, oh, Philly's such a nice place to come to. Please visit. It's the worst.
I remember.
It's
I
the
remember when we
worst.
signed. Even when we signed Michael Vick, the first day, everybody was out. There was people outside the NovaCare complex
with the
the
dog
signs that
things,
says
yeah,
like
dog
"Hide your
killer and,
dogs,
yeah.
hide your dogs." Mike Vick's in town.
Dude, there was a what do you call it? There was a report a couple years ago when what do you call it? When Michael Vick was playing with the Steelers, there was just one lady standing there with a sign. She's like, "I've been a season ticket holder for this long. I revoked my tickets." I'm like, "Well, you're just an idiot."
Yeah.
First of all,
Because you're never gonna get them back.
well, the difference with that is too. Michael did his time.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Michael did his time. He served his sentence, and
Plexico Burr shot himself and got 3.5 years.
For shooting himself.
Yeah, shoot himself. Talk about a double whammy.
what happened with that? I didn't hear that.
Well, he got 3.5 years. And
He-
then he went to the Jets.
Remember the year he shot himself in the leg when he was with the Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got put in jail for 3 years.
For
3.5.
just.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it was like a firearm charge. So
Oh, okay.
so Tariq Hill can beat his baby mama up with the son in the belly.
Break his son's arm.
And then break said pregnant baby mom's son now alive arm. And
New
get
contract. Here
Get
you
a
go.
3-year,
And
50.
then,
Here you
and,
go.
and then some hero of a person at Gillette Stadium pours beer on the guy. Then he gets banned. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this hero. We were waiting for something bad to happen to Tyreek Hill. You know, he dumps a beer on him. Everyone's like, "Yeah, the guy's banned.
Yeah.
He sucks." But what are you gonna do?
Well, you heard about the guy from the Cleveland Browns that dumped the beer on the Titan
Yeah,
safety?
he did it so nonchalantly. He was like,
And did
But
you hear
They banned the wrong guy.
"Yeah,
Cleveland still can't get fucking right.
They
Banned
banned the wrong dude.
Banned the wrong
They
fan.
banned the wrong season ticket holder.
yeah."
Like,
Wow.
like the guy got a letter in
How
the
many
mail.
cameras are in that stadium?
Hundreds.
Yeah.
And they just they have specific cameras for security
know
that
what
you can't even see.
You know why they didn't see it? Because they were all fucking pointing at Odell's watch.
Yep.
Yeah, seriously.
Why is he wearing a watch like that on the field?
And Brian said it too. He's like, "Why are you wearing a house on your wrist?"
Yeah.
Especially on the field that where
Because
like
they don't care.
That's-
They just-
and especially you have a good chance that it's most likely gonna break.
And then the next game during warm-ups, he had a $2.2 million watch on his wrist.
he's going to keep doing it now. He's going
During
to.
warm- I think it's advertisement.
Yeah, either that.
He
or
already
he's
got an
fucking
endorsement
troll.
deal.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
like he's
Oh, then
smart.
he's not paying anything.
I
then.
don't think he bought that watch. I think he's just wearing it for advertisement.
Well, if Ralph said endorsement deal, then yeah, he didn't pay for that watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just-
That's too much money for a watch.
Bag of Rocks on YouTube has the Eagles over the Lions 27-13.
Okay.
Okay.
Harlem
It's in my
Cowboy,
ballpark.
obviously, has the Lions winning 28-20. Wentz too early. Pittsburgh can't recover.
All right, if you're
Okay.
all right, well, at least he gave it a reason. you
So
know?
ask Harlem Cowboy, because you are a Cowboys fan. Are you loading up? Are you putting your mortgage, your rent payment on the Cowboys tomorrow? Giving 22 points.
Yeah.
I might have to.
Yo, if they lose tomorrow, bro, I'm never letting this down.
they're not losing no more,
They're not
dude.
losing.
They're minus 2,800 on
It's
the
the
money
NFL,
line.
though, Kyle.
As-
I didn't
as-
think
as-
it happened. God damn
As
it.
much as I would like to see it happen, there's only one way I think it will.
Josh Rosen has his coming out party.
No, I think, and this is going. Sorry, Harlem Cowboy. It's either Dak gets hurt Wait, Dak would have to get hurt.
Yeah.
Who is their backup quarterback?
I don't fucking know. Kellen Moore.
No, Kellen Moore's
The last time I
No, I'm just saying. But
he's like, all right, well,
Jason Witten did it. Fuck, I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah.
the last time I
Seriously.
saw any team or athlete lose with a minus 3,000 money line, it was Anthony Joshua versus Ruiz. That was it.
Their second fight is coming up.
Yeah, in Saudi Arabia. Yep.
Wow,
It's in
they get
December.
They get a lot of money for that, probably.
they're going to give a lot of
Yep.
money.
I'm a huge fight fan. I love that shit.
I've been away.
breaking news. Antonio Cowboys.
Yes. Fake news. But hold on, let me get
I'll
to
be
the,
sick to my stomach, bro.
Oh,
If he went to the Cowboys,
God.
Sick to my stomach.
you know what? But then that would just make Zeke even. I can't say it don't make Zeke mad. Zeke's paid now. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Well, see, even then too, like the first couple weeks, he's been a non-factor.
Yeah.
Like he's had a couple moments here and there. He scored his touchdowns. That's fine, but he hasn't necessarily dominated a game yet. Now, mind you, it's only week 2.
Yeah.
But
Now, could you see AB going to the Giants?
oh Lord,
Aim for the knees.
yeah, no.
Let him go to the Giants. He's got Daniel Jones throwing the ball.
What?
Watch this. Watch the celebration while we keep talking.
Oh,
Oh, is this the Rutgers one?
Yeah. Watch this.
you punch your quarterback in the face.
That's
Like
crazy.
what?
That's crazy.
That was
You score a
awesome.
touchdown, your lineman punches you
Now-
in the face. That's a hell of a catch.
Now, with the Giants, though, they have said that Pat Sherman kind of sabotaged Eli because he's been running that same offense that where Daniel Jones has looked really good in the preseason.
he gave it to Eli.
He gave it to Eli, and knowing that Eli can't run it,
Oh.
I still don't think they win tomorrow because Todd Bowles against a rookie quarterback is just
It just
Yeah.
shows. Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
And plus, he's a rookie quarterback, like you said. So
Tumble sucks.
you're going to see a couple struggles. But
Brian Wilson said Jags are going to keep Ramsey. I mean, I could see it.
I
but-
can see it too,
yeah.
I mean, it depends if they keep winning. You know,
especially after everything Shad Khan said.
honestly, I don't think Ramsey really wants to leave. I think he's like, listen, I'm gonna play Thursday night. I want to show that we can. I want to have that spark that we can win. And
Okay.
And then he's like, I'm gonna show you my worth.
Mhm.
And then now the owner's like, I don't want you to leave, and I'm gonna pay you.
Right.
Yeah. And because he wants to win. Like he's when you go to Florida State, you're there with a fucking dream team.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you got Darby, Jameis Winston, countless others. Devontae Freeman on your team. You go undefeated for almost 2 years. You come to fucking Jacksonville.
And that's why I want Jalen Ramsey because he's a gamer. You know, he
Yeah.
could have said, "Fuck you, I'm sitting out until you trade me." He played knowing he didn't have a contract.
Yeah.
You know, he
And
could have got hurt.
And after Thursday, the price went the fuck up.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
how we make it fucking happen?
That means he's a gamer. He loves playing the game.
And Aaron Robbins, also another half of the Philly sports guys.
Oh, what's up, E? Hope you feeling better.
What's up, Aaron?
Yo, fellas, great show. Birds fly high, and another tough nail biter. 23-17. Nelly has a big game, 7 catches for 100 yards and a TD.
Okay.
I'll take it.
So, more Jalen Ramsey news came out.
Oh Lord.
Gene Fournette of the Florida Times Union
Leonard Fournette's cousin.
has said that the Ravens offered a first, a second,
I talked about this.
and tight end Hayden
In
Hurst,
Hurst, yep.
but it got turned down by the Jaguars.
They're not trading him.
No.
It got turned down.
Yeah, if you're offering something that significant for a tight
He
end you
said if
drafted
that's,
last year,
if that's true, doubt the Jaguars got a better offer.
First
A
and second,
and Hayden Hurst.
First,
And you
first
start-
and
the
second.
guy
of
they
2020?
just drafted last year.
First
A
and second.
first
and
this year, a second this year, and Hayden
Because
Hurst.
the Ravens are all in. You know, they see
Dude,
Lamar
that
Jackson's a stud.
Dude, that defense already is
They
loaded.
got
Yeah.
Brandon Carr, Marlon Humphrey, Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas and adding Jalen Ramsey too.
They might
That
win the Super
defense
Bowl.
is already loaded, bro.
the Ravens have always had good defenses, though.
Their test is this week though.
Who are they playing?
The
oh,
Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
in
Okay.
KC.
So
Mahomes is just.
It's dirty.
It's Madden like, bro.
it's
It's insane, dude.
it's different.
I would say this right now. I would call Kansas City and be like, listen,
What do you want?
I'll give you Wentz and 2 1s, bitch.
I'll give you 3 ones.
Winston,
For
too.
Mahomes.
I might go 5 ones. You want
Andy
5
Reid-
ones?
Andy Reid would be
I'll
like,
go Paul George trade. You want 5
you gotta-
ones?
Andy would be like, you got to do a better job.
Yeah.
Yeah, the time is yours.
Yeah, Mahomes is phenomenal.
But I'll say this: Andy Reid finally got his quarterback, though.
Yeah, and you see it like
And he
the
still can't
offense he
win.
always
Gunslinger.
wanted to
Still
run.
He's
can't
never
win.
had that in
Still
his
can't
career.
win. Still can't win.
Well,
No.
Yeah, still poor time management.
he had what do you
Time
call it?
management, and he was scared
He
as
should
shit.
have won last year.
He was scared.
Yeah, poor time management.
They lost that AFC Championship game because he got scared.
There was
Yeah.
no reason the Pats should have won that game.
No.
No reason.
He
No.
got
Well,
scared.
who lined up all sides?
D Ford.
Yeah.
They would have won the game off of that.
Yeah.
But before that, what did
Won
Doug
his
Peterson
first Super
do?
Bowl.
You have to beat them in the submission. You cannot.
You can't take the
literally get
yeah.
in the car, put the pedal to the floor, redline the car the whole fucking game. You never let up.
If they don't win the Super Bowl this year, Andy Reid's gone.
Well, look at
I
the
don't
one
think he's
year
gone.
I do.
Alex Smith's last year in KC
hopefully
when they
this
were up
year.
21-0 at half against Tennessee, and they stopped pounding the ball, and Tennessee came back and won the game.
Right.
In the wild card game.
Yep.
And then that year, then they went on to draft Mahomes, and then,
Well, see, my thing is too. You look at the years when we had Donovan McNabb. He had no weapons. You see the year how well Donovan McNabb played when we got T.O.
yeah.
Just imagine how good Donovan McNabb would have been if we had
He's so
weapons.
underappreciated.
Yeah, he
if
is.
we had weapons.
Imagine Donovan now. And this
type of football.
I think he'd be better.
Imagine Vic, Donovan, even fucking Vince Young coming out to where running quarterbacks now are not
Are
stigmatized.
loved. They're loved now.
You feel what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
loved. They're wanted. They want athletes at the quarterback position.
Donovan had alligator arms. Todd Pinkston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James Thrash.
And now,
my God.
it
That's
makes
what
you
Matt
think.
Collins is.
It makes you think now with Andy Reid being in Kansas City, and they go out and they get Tyreek Hill. They go out and they get Travis Kelce.
Sammy Watkins.
And Sammy Watkins.
Yep.
So they're paying. It's like, was it really Andy that didn't want the wide receivers, or was it just Joe Banner being tight and cheap?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Could be that too.
Yeah, I know that T.O. wanted that contract. He was doing sit-ups in his front yard, obviously.
Yeah.
He wanted to stay, but he was listening. We weren't giving him what he wanted. And,
Well,
I feel like they should have.
Well, I was telling everyone too. I blame McNabb for that one because he said we can win without T.O.
Which
Yep.
we couldn't.
And you never speak about another man's money
Or anything like that,
nothing.
yeah.
Nope, not at all.
And I think that was the strike that broke the camel's
And
back.
I still to this day think Chip being Chip,
Mm-hmm.
and it got us a chip,
Mm-hmm.
pun intended, for
Yep.
those people follow along. If he doesn't do anything, if he doesn't let Deshaun go, if he lets Macklin come back from his ACL injury, doesn't trade LaShawn, his offense with those playmakers, because you have to win one-on-one, I still think it would have been successful.
You think so?
Because you need – because Ertz would have came into his own. You literally would have had one-on-one matchups across the field.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of them bitches are going to win.
Right.
One of them going to win.
Yeah.
And then you have Vic.
Well, we also wanted Mariota, which would have been a colossal failure.
Yeah.
Colossal. And then before that, if Howie he had to be the GM when Nandi hit because in 2012
He was.
right. in
2010 he got hired.
Right. 2012, he wanted to go get fucking Russell Wilson in the second round.
Yep.
Howie said, no, let's wait.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
And we picked Foles.
And then Andy probably still would have been here.
Yeah. And I don't know if Andy would have been here, but you would have had Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson right now is like he's on in line to be
He's almost your perfect QB.
like I can't.
You want to talk
He doesn't
about
get hurt.
you want to talk about quarterbacks are underappreciated. Russell Wilson is.
I can say he get fucking paid.
I think he's underappreciated.
Seattle don't underappreciate that bitch.
Oh no, I know they don't.
He's sending messages with his wife in the bed like, "Listen, bitch, y'all got 24 hours.
Sierra.
Gonna do my
And
thing.
you get a deal done with $150 million in the next 2 hours."
So, you two, real quick. Todd Womack asks you guys. So, would you guys give up 3 first-rounders for Ramsey?
Yes.
I wouldn't.
I
Not
would.
3.
I would.
Yes.
I do 2 at most, but
I do 3 because they're all going to be late rounders.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I get that.
That's the thing that I don't get about people. Like, to me, and I'll be a little dickhead, but the Sixers started this goddamn draft pick shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where people are so afraid to give away draft picks
Right.
because the Sixers started the
Yeah.
whole hoarding
Well-
draft picks, and we're not,
Yeah.
the whole tanking and get
Right.
all these
But
draft
the
picks and not.
NBA is completely different. Than
I completely understand that. I completely
But
understand
no,
that.
but as a fan's
first-
mindset,
that's
it's
what
like,
I'm
First
getting
5
at.
picks, and then there's nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's not, and then you can find value. The Eagles have actually shown they draft better in the mid to late rounds than they do
Yeah.
in the early rounds.
Yep.
So if you already know that's the strength of your team, those first round picks should be used as ammunition to make your team better now. Like you have to buy elite talent if you can't pick it.
I just don't understand the people that are scared to give away first-round picks because if you have high expectations for any football team to win the Super Bowl,
Go all in.
So you're
No, I
at
hear
20.
you.
So then you're drafting 28 to 32. That's essentially a second-round pick if you're at 32.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
We traded
waited
down and
3
drafted
hours
Dallas.
for the fucking pick, and
We
we
traded
just
it.
traded out.
I was pissed. I was at the bar watching. I was like, fuck.
I knew we were
And
gonna
I just
trade
went
out.
home.
And
Yeah.
then also, you get that look at it like this too as well. Say they do trade the picks, and you don't have you have a second round pick. You know what? You know what you do at that point if the draft is going and you can sneak back into the first part, back into the first
absolutely.
round, you use it.
Yeah.
You do it.
Do you guys remember who the Ravens took with our selection?
Yeah, Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
It was Lamar Jackson. You're right.
Yep. And then we took Dallas Goedert the next night.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Right
love.
before Dallas.
To me, I've already said Dallas Goedert is besides route running, is a bigger playmaker.
He's a more complete. He's the most complete tight end.
He to me when
Do
I
you think
watch
Dallas gets that first down?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
because he's bigger.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's not a bitch. Like, I mean, listen, Zach Ertz is great at catching the ball, but yards after catch, no.
Yeah, but see, like the thing is too, and I'm happy, Ralph, you brought this up because this will tie in towards the end of the show, and then we'll give our Week 3 picks. This isn't the first time Ertz has done this either.
No.
He'll run a comeback, be a yard short of the first down. He almost did it in the Super Bowl.
He doesn't know how to run a
He never
route.
got yak yards.
No.
He runs a straight line.
Remember speaking of the Super Bowl, remember the 4th and 2 that he caught on that slant? The only reason he went for it is because he tripped and he had to fall for it.
Right.
And remember when he beat the DB to go ahead touchdown. What did he do? He couldn't even fucking stay on his own feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Let me ask you guys a question. If he doesn't get that, do we go for it?
What? The touchdown?
Yeah.
Oh, I think so.
Oh,
I think we
yeah.
go for it again.
oh yeah.
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 So
There's
It's because that's the one thing that you have. Like, you have a coach. That's the one thing about
that has
Peterson.
balls. Yeah.
He nuts the fuck up.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, this 4th and 2 shit, 4th and 4 shit doesn't matter. Does not
on
matter.
their side of the field didn't
Their
matter.
side.
That
Because he's a coach that knows about
I
Mo.
was so drunk when that play happened. They were on the Patriots side of the field, 4th and 1. This girl next to me was like shaking. All right, and I was just like calm as hell. I was like, he's gonna get this. Nick Foles delivers, and it was like, yeah, and I was like, I knew that was gonna shit. I knew that
Like,
shit was gonna happen.
when they went for, I think he went for it, the first touchdown drive that they had Sunday night. They had it was like a 4th and 6 or something.
I love it.
Yep.
I
And
love
I'm like, I'm not even concerned.
Yep.
no.
Yeah, it's not like Ron Rivera calling the Statue of Liberty play at 4th and 1 on the goal line.
That was
Yeah.
awful.
That's
That was
fucking
awful.
You have a 6'5" quarterback. Sneak it.
He's not healthy.
Yep.
That's the only reason.
He's healthy enough to lay the
Oh
stretch
no,
out
I
and lay the
agree.
fuck down.
I agree.
It was that much.
Yeah.
It was literally that much.
And 100 times out of 100 times, Can's getting that conversion.
Yeah, like just all you got to do is these guys are 6'4", 6'5". You hike the ball, you just lay for it,
Yep.
and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think Peterson we noticed changed the league's perception on 4th down as far as that
you
goes.
see a
'Cause
lot-
you've seen a lot more teams go for it now.
Not as successfully as he does,
No.
but like every offense should have a play that you should be able to get somebody wide open for like 5 or 6 yards with nobody around them.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
You should have that design. And speaking to Kyle's point about Mike Groh, I have not seen that. But now at this point, where do you go? Like if you move on from him, especially if you move on from him in season, who do you promote?
Right. A deuce. That's pretty much.
Of course, I feel like our run game would be a lot better, but
Yeah.
what about our passing game? And the reason why you paid Carson because he could throw the shit out of the
You could, what do you call it? You could also just split it between, like, if it would work between Deuce and Doug.
But what did the Ravens do this past offseason? They had Marty Morningway last year. They went and got Greg Roman. Greg Roman was key to success for Chicago with Trubisky, but before that, he was key to success for Colin Kaepernick in San Francisco.
By the way, not a shocker here. It's not even breaking news. Tom agreed to the poll.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
It's not shocking.
No.
I mean, anything that has anything to do with even if he's not guilty and he hears something, it's like, yeah, he's done.
But again, we'll see. But let's get into
He's still in doubt.
Yes.
Yeah.
No doubt.
The NFL is
It's all right, Tommy. When he's cleared of everything, he'll be in midnight
Eagle.
green. Yep.
Could you imagine Ramsey, Antonio Brown in the same locker room,
Absolutely.
going at each other in practice?
Well, that's another
throwing
thing too
bombs.
that I forgot to mention about the Ramsey thing. If we get Ramsey in here, he brings that swagger. That's what you need on defense. You need that guy that just talks all that shit and just.
Yeah.
So do you think he gets traded Monday?
Yeah.
I think he does
Maybe.
because what do you call it?
There's no point of trading for him now. Though. It wouldn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Like
Who?
on Saturday, wouldn't it make sense
Why
to
wouldn't
have
it
the
make
deal?
sense?
Wouldn't have because he won't play anyway.
I don't give a shit about that. No, I'll trade him now. I want him here. I don't give a shit about
Yeah.
when it is a fucking play.
Why would that make sense?
Well, he won't play. So what's the point of trading him
He
on
wouldn't play
Saturday?
anyway.
I want him on Monday. Get him on Monday.
Wait,
Get him past the Lord's Day. Get him past the Lord's Day.
Hold on. Okay, so if Baltimore offers to give him a trade right now that they
Well,
like,
obviously they turned it down
and
Yeah.
and
because
But
it
he
was on a
wouldn't
Saturday.
He wouldn't
Today,
play with
you-
Baltimore
oh my
anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
He just gave me the biggest mindfuck ever.
You like
I'm
that?
confused as shit.
You like that?
No, I don't.
So you're saying he wouldn't play?
No, he
on-
won't play on Sunday. So
So,
it's
but
the
why-
point
Well,
of trading
obviously
for him.
not Sunday, but he should play on Thursday.
Let the deal go through on Monday. Yeah.
But we could trade him.
Oh,
We
okay.
could trade for him whenever. Why
Yeah,
would
but
we
the
wait
deal.
till
No,
yeah,
I
but-
get your
But
point.
he won't play on Sunday though.
I get your point.
Well, he won't play regardless.
But he won't play on Sunday then.
But if he comes here
I think
now,
he's just fucking
he'd
with us now.
be ready for
I
next
think
Thursday.
He knows, but I think he's just messing with us.
I know what he's getting at. I know what he's doing. But
I don't.
That's like
Alright.
saying you want to go buy a car.
But I'll wait till Monday.
Right.
He's still going to be there.
Even
Even
though
though my
buying a
mind's
car.
set.
But you
gonna
know
be
it's
in
still
someone
going
else
to be
buys
there,
the
though.
car.
They're not going to though.
Who says?
The NFL.
Ralph's like, nope, not happening.
All right, week picks. Let's
All
go.
right.
Wow. Wow.
Great
That's
Saturday.
Yeah, phenomenal.
All right. All right. Let's
Michigan
get
State's winning.
let's get
Yes,
into
we
the
are,
week.
baby. 21-3.
Let's get into the week 3 picks. Dolphins, Cowboys. 3, 2, 1.
Dolphins.
Cowboys. Don't you start.
I'll go Cowboys.
His heart says Dolphins, but
I'll go Cowboys.
the mind
Yeah,
says
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah. Bengals at Bills.
Are we doing spread or just outright?
I'm just doing outright.
Okay.
Rapid
Bengals.
fire since we're coming
Bengals
against
or
it.
Bills?
Bengals or Bills?
Bills.
I got Bills.
We're going to go 3-0.
Upset Bengals.
Eagles, Lions, Eagles.
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 Patriots versus the
Pats.
mononucleosis Jets.
Oh, Jesus. The
the-
Pats by
The kissing
50.
Jets. The kissing Jets.
Jets. Falcons versus the Colts.
Colts.
Yeah, I got the Colts.
Yeah,
too.
Colts.
Yeah.
Raiders versus Vikings. I got Vikings.
Vikings.
I wouldn't be shocked if the Raiders won because it's still fucking.
No, I won't be shocked either.
Kirk Coupon's cousins,
Yeah.
That dude stinks.
and they don't have. They really have no. I mean, I can't say no. Like their passing game is struggling.
Yeah.
And when you have Thielen and Diggs and they're still struggling, that's a fucking
Right.
problem.
Yep.
Ravens versus Chiefs. This game I'm excited
Ravens
for.
versus Chiefs. Chiefs.
I got Chiefs.
It's too hard for them to win there.
In KC?
In
And it's
yeah,
supposed to
that's-
rain?
Mhm.
Yeah. Chiefs.
Upset Ravens.
Okay.
Okay.
Broncos versus Packers.
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 Panthers versus Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Well, you have to remember Cam isn't
Oh,
playing.
yeah,
on Sunday.
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cardinals.
Cardinals
Oh,
get their,
okay. I thought
Cardinals
you
get
said-
their
okay.
first win.
Yeah.
Kyler.
Cardinals.
Stinks.
Shut
Daniel
your mouth.
Daniel Jones versus the Buccaneers.
Giants.
Daniel
Giants.
Jones and the Giants.
Yeah.
I'm taking Tampa Bay.
Yo, if Tampa
Okay.
Bay loses this game, you should just fold your franchise, bro.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Fold that franchise.
I'm going upset Giants.
Yeah, I'm going
Okay.
Giants too.
Saints versus Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Texans versus Chargers.
Chargers.
Texans.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. 50-50.
Chargers are not good without Melvin Gordon.
Nope.
They have Eckler's all right, but
Eckler's
Yeah.
a beast.
yeah.
He had me
Uh,
23 fantasy points again. Week 1, he had 39.
This game could be interesting. Steelers versus the 49ers.
49ers.
Niners.
Okay.
Niners,
Steelers
yeah.
stink.
Niners defense is
Yep.
fucking real.
Yep.
Let's see.
And Nick Bosa's not even playing either.
No, he's
Really?
not.
Oh, is he playing? Or
Is
is
he? I
not
don't
playing? I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
I don't think it really matters.
Primetime game on Sunday. Rams versus the Browns.
Rams.
Rams
I
versus the
believe
Browns.
in Cleveland.
I'm going with Cleveland too.
Give me the Browns, please.
Yeah, give me the Browns.
Rams.
Okay.
Monday night.
And then Monday night,
The best
Bears
game of the
Sunday
week.
versus the Bears versus the Redskins.
Load up on the
The
Bears.
Bears
They
and
fucking
Redskins are
suck.
Monday Night Football?
Mm-hmm. 8:15
Jesus
p.m.
Christ. Who was thinking that?
Who knows?
Freaking Brad.
And then we hit,
Brad. Well, let's just put the Redskins and Bears on Monday Night Football.
like, oh, this looks pretty good.
Because you know,
Right.
It just fits the schedule.
Yeah.
You know, you got a good defense and good offense. And,
Right.
I didn't. Fuck.
give me the freaking Bears.
I think the Bears stink though.
Yeah, but the Redskins stink worse.
Yeah, they did. They did put some points up on us though.
It's us though.
That's true too.
Their defense is just like this is self-coachable.
I'm gonna say draw.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Another
draw.
tie?
I'm gonna say
Another
tie.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a name before we get out of here.
All right.
Wide receiver hurt, but the team that he plays for has had 2 up-and-coming wide receivers and be productive. Both of the wide receivers, I think last week, in a losing effort, had over 100 yards.
Ooh, what team?
And they're in the AFC. You just picked them to be an upset.
Oh, it's the Ravens.
No. They have a wide receiver who's hurt right now, but he's going to be coming
I
off
picked
of
them.
it.
Oh, the Bengals?
Do you put a feeler out there for
AJ Green.
Wow.
Do you put a feeler out there for AJ Green? Because if I'm the Bengals, I know I'm going to suck,
Yeah.
You feel what I'm
Tyler
saying?
Boyd and John Ross, baby.
Tyler Boyd and John Ross are doing their thing. AJ
Yeah.
Green's there. It's gonna be
And AJ can still do it. He can still do it.
He's injury prone. That's all.
That's the only
that's it. But I'm just
Yeah.
he's coming back. Like you have no wide receivers right now. I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna play right away.
I'd be interested, but I'm not investing like a high draft pick.
Bet money. I bet you fucking money. AJ Green may be a Pat by the end of the year.
Really?
'Cause that's what the fucking Patriots would do.
Well, I mean, they took Antonio Brown already, so I mean,
Right.
yeah.
And then
So
they took-
obviously they were looking for a wide receiver.
And they took
Jesus Christ.
they took a waiver off of Josh Gordon,
Yeah.
so and that's panned out
Pretty
real
good.
well.
Yeah.
Real well.
yeah.
So
Philip, who is their other wide receiver? The dude that couldn't catch a ball in Indianapolis. Philip Dorsett, right?
Yeah.
Catching everything now.
and they still got N'Keal Harry.
Who's
wide-
on IR
IR
for another 6 weeks.
Dude,
Got him
ma-
on fantasy.
Any one of us can go to the Pats and play for Tom Brady, and he'll make us look phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, I still have my beef with Tom Brady because I think he's a check down captain, but
I mean,
other
it
than
works.
that, yeah.
Still works. But all right, guys, that's it for this episode of the Weekly Roundup. Pete, appreciate you coming on.
That was a pleasure, man.
Yeah, it was
Check
fun.
him and Aaron out on Fridays on the Philly Sports Guys. We've got shows all throughout the week on this platform. But I'm Jake Friel, Kyle Meager, Pete Evans, Ralph DeVecchio on the ones and twos. We'll check you guys out again on another episode of the Weekly Roundup.